Two young men with beards and backpacks passed them, dressed in bright yellow parkas. Scientists, Jonah guessed. Rollo never showed up in the lobby, one of them said as they passed. Said he was waiting for a message and to go on ahead. He's been looking forward to this for months, the other guy said. Ice algae blooms are so incredibly cool. An SUV started honking as the driver inched forward. They moved aside as the car pulled over. The driver hopped out and began to unload leather duffels and suitcases. Hermes and vintage Vitrin, Jonah said. That is definitely not the luggage of a scientist. A man stepped out, dressed in faded jeans and a parka. He wore sunglasses, a baseball cap, and sneakers. He was speaking into a phone. Don't forget my bottled water, he barked at the driver. Bingo, Jonah said. Hollywood. My people. The man leaned down to help a woman out of the car. She was tiny and seemed to be fashioned out of sinew and air. She was dressed all in black, and large sunglasses concealed much of her face, giving her the look of a giant insect. Janelle Belladon, Jonah said. The most elegant woman in the world. This jet lag is freaking killing me, they heard her say. A shiver of flashbulbs went off as the movie star headed toward the gangway. A tall, silver-haired man greeted her warmly. He was wearing a white captain's hat with a gold anchor emblazoned on the front. Peter Zimmer, Jonah murmured. Our host. Crew members swarmed over the luggage, tagging and organizing it onto trolleys. The man who had been riding in the car with Janelle Belladon caught sight of Jonah. He waved his phone. Jonah Wizard! He strode toward him. This is ultimate good karma, brother. Love it. I am your biggest fan of all time. I've been calling your agent for weeks. He held out a hand. Lloyd Truman. How's it shaking, bro? Jonah asked, immediately switching into his fake, overdone hip-hop drawl. He bumped Lloyd's fist instead of shaking his hand. Are you on the Titanic too? Love it. I can pitch you on a film idea. Janelle's next picture, and she needs a sidekick to bring in the teens. Action movie. A ship gets hijacked in Tierra del Fuego and then gets sucked into a vortex. That's a portal. Get it? We open in another world, only it's in 2 dimensions, and one is brainwaves. It's like Flat Stanley meets the X-Men. Genius, am I right? Sounds crazy, bro, Jonah said. Totes, in a good way. Plus, it's got a great message about humanity, you know? Janelle is very into that spiritual whole earth thing. It's a deep story. Same guy that did Explosive Action. You'd be perfect for the sidekick. The kid with the troubled past. We've only got one problem, Jonah said. I'm not on the ship. It's full. I just flew down to see if there were any cancellations. Let me work my connections. I buds with Pete. In the meantime, come and have a snack in my suite. Meet Janelle. I've got kale chips. Can I bring my posse? It's all good. Flat Stanley meets the X-Men, Dan murmured. You see what I have to deal with in order to live large like I do, Jonah muttered through his smile. Lloyd greeted Peter Zimmer, who had just finished welcoming a couple with air kisses. Pete, my man, love the hat. Peter Zimmer touched the rim of his captain's hat. Thanks. It would be corny, but I'm wearing it ironically. It was clear that Lloyd's bud. Peter had no clue who Lloyd was. Welcome aboard. The purser will want to see your tickets just ahead. No problem, Lloyd said. Looking forward to good times. Icebergs, gotta love it. Can you do me a favor and rustle up an extra cabin? This is my homie, Jonah Wizard. He and Janelle go way back. It never failed to amaze Kara how rich and famous people were drawn to each other like moths on a light bulb. Peter completely ignored the group and turned to Jonah. He bumped his fist in a casual way as though they'd been friends forever. So good to see you, he said. I'm a fan. You know I'd love to accommodate you, but we are fully booked. I'll get in touch with my ticket agent, and we'll let you up in a suite for a cruise of your choosing next fall. Sounds good, Jonah said. Well, that took care of that. No cabin for Jonah. It wasn't going to be that easy, but Kara hadn't expected it to be. Got my friends here for a quick send-off. In my suite, Lloyd said. That cool? That's fine. Just check in with the purser. We'll need their names. Doberman, these guests can come aboard with Mr. Wizard, Zimmer said to a tall man in a navy suit. You only have about 15 minutes, he warned Lloyd. Doberman stepped forward, a tall, trim officer who looked resplendent in his navy uniform and cap. Name, young man? John Paul Jones, Dan blurted. These are my sisters Martha and Abigail. Chadwick Templeton, Ian said. My posse from Hollywood, Jonah said quickly. He put a hand on Hamilton. This is Sam Holter, my bodyguard. Doberman entered their names. Enjoy your visit. The all ashore announcement will be in exactly 15 minutes.